we go hard. Israel, we go hard. You can do your own thing, but you can't go hard. It's us. Israel, we go hard. Israel.
What's up, guys? Coming to you live from True 5 Studios. We are Solutions Speak. I am your host, Akola Shamia.
I'm her brother, Akatilio. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it.
Hey, if you listen to us on any podcast streaming platform, if it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever it is, give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a review. If you listen to us on YouTube, you was like scrolling down, you was like, "Walai, Solutions Speak? I wonder what solutions they speaking about." Hit the subscribe. Take a little watch. Take a look at the reels, the shorts, the this, the that, whatever. Leave a comment. Leave a like. I mean, if you think we funny, you think what we saying is in some way inspirational, motivational, or you just learned something new that you was like, wow, I didn't know that before. Mm-hmm. Just, drop a comment. Let us know what you think about it. So, Nishamia, what's the topic of today?
So today, guys, our topic is about masculinity. How you say, would you say masculine energy? Mm-hmm. And feminine energy.
But we say masculinity and femininity.
See, feminine.
That word.
It's a very tricky word.
I say it so slow. I've been practicing all day because I don't want to mess it up on maybe femininity.
Hey,
femininity. Maybe spending 20 minutes on femininity. And I miss you.
And I love you. That word is so hard. But for those who may not know what feminine energy means, I'll give you a definition here.
Is this Oxford?
No, it's not.
I love Oxford. Oxford is hilarious.
Oxford is so rough. Okay, so feminine energy is about embracing your intuition and creativity, which is basically something that women are known for. Mm-hmm. All right? And they're saying that feminine energy is fluid and free. It's about being. It encompasses receiving, and it is represented by nature. Mm-hmm. So it's basically meaning fulfilling your purpose. Basically. Okay, Yasleo, what is masculine energy?
All right. Masculine energy. Strong, controlled, focused, powerful, centered, purpose-driven, loves a challenge, competition, single task oriented. I think those are just attributes. So
there are qualities or attributes regarded as characteristics of men.
Yes. Masculine energy is characterized by doing and achieving and is molded by logic and reason. The feminine is more intuitive oriented towards receiving and allowing and characterized by being. When these energies are balanced, we experience a greater sense of harmony and fulfillment.
I literally just said that, but not the last part. He just had to make it bold, make it...
Yeah, because people... I love how people take one side or the other. It's always extreme right, extreme left. You're so masculine or you're so feminine. But I feel even as a human being, I feel as a man, you're supposed to have a little bit of feminine, that understanding. I'm not saying to walk around with a purse. What I'm saying is you understand it to an extent where it's I understand that. I have attributes of that. I'm a little bit caring when it comes to my family.
I mean, it makes sense. You come from a woman and a man.
And those are quote-unquote feminine traits. But I also think in masculinity, there is those traits. There are those traits where you are, go out and conquer the world and do stuff and life is hard. Mm-hmm. But you're also going to come home and play, tea with your little daughter. Mm-hmm. There has to be that balance. And even as a woman, you're supposed to be all feminine and, nice and stuff like that. But there's a time to be strong. And there's a time to be this is tough.
Right.
But we're going to get through this. That's challenging that kind of side of her that's a bit masculine. But I think even that is embedded in the femininity. Femininity.
You're a beast because I ain't got it like that.
Bro, I've been practicing that all day. I've been saying it slow. Femininity.
Yeah, and a lot of people, the thing I feel in the world, a lot of people are very unbalanced. Mm-hmm. They're very... Is it imbalanced or unbalanced?
I think it's imbalanced.
I think imbalance is when you refer to something.
No, you're imbalanced.
I don't know, that sounds weird. You
say unbalanced, I say imbalanced. Google gonna correct us at some point.
Anyway, it's not even, basically.
She said, bump the word.
Okay, so like people feminine energy and their masculine energy, it's like kind of wishy-washy. What do they call those things that go up and down?
Like a scale?
It's not.
Or like a...
like that type
seesaw.
of scale.
You said up and down, right? Seesaw.
You know that seesaw, the scale that's like a seesaw. I forgot what it's called. They had it on Joseph King of Cheese.
Bro, it's a scale.
Whatever. Anyway, it's like the scale when one is up and one is low.
That's a scale, my
I
God.
know, bro, but I'm trying to find a name for that.
It's just a scale. It's just not a digital scale.
It's a special name for that scale.
It's a manual scale.
Just gonna
It's
make
an
your word
antique
for
scale.
it. Not antique. Antique is crazy.
It's a back in my day scale.
Back in my day. Anyways, basically one is up and one is low, and so nowadays, like it's like the world is really unbalanced, unbalanced with that type of energy wise. It's very unbalanced. Like, and the funny thing is, I think it has a lot to do with what we were talking about in our recent episode about the Matrix, because it's like a lot of people who aren't in tune with themselves or in tune with what's going on around them, then they kind of like all over the place.
Oh yeah, man.
They not into themselves.
Brady, like y'all be playing with me when I be talking about like boosting my testosterone, cause bro, I've been doing research and different studies, listening to different stuff, and it's like. There's so many things that we don't know about that's like even like guys' testosterone. They was talking about, let me give you one example. These guys were talking about how women, this might be a little bit out there, how women when they like when you take a plan B, right? When you take a plan B, then basically whatever happens, it gets into the sewer system, right? Like you flush the toilet, whatever, sewer system. Those hormones that's from the woman goes down into the sewer system.
When they take Plan B.
I'm saying when she takes Plan B, like
when they killing a baby, basically.
Basically, yeah.
You gotta be honest.
But it's those hormones, like it's those hormones that's being released. It's I think it's estrogen.
I don't know. Don't
Yeah,
ask me.
but the point is that the water that's being filtered through the sewer system.
Oh, I see where you're going at.
No,
it's not clean. The water's not 100% clean.
The water filtration system that they put in through from the sewer system and people who drink tap water, because a lot of people drink tap water.
True.
Believe it or not, that's the same water. And what this guy was saying was the water filters out different stuff like dirt and all that other stuff,
but not hormones.
But hormones stays in it. So guys that's drinking tap water are literally just drinking stuff that's just lowering their testosterone
That's
levels.
crazy. And you know, that actually makes sense. And also, like, even when people who eat dairy, vegetarians or even other people that eat dairy, right? So it's like they're drinking the milk from a cow, right? Or whatever. But it's like the animal is a female, and that what every female animal and person or living being carry hormones. I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm saying like, well, I also was looking at is like different plastics and stuff like that. Like there's all these different aspects. I'm like, really? This is what's going on.
That's so crazy.
So I'm like, to counter this, fam, you get into working out. I'm eating onions. I'm
Onions.
ashwagandha. I'm doing sea moss. I'm doing up everything.
That's so crazy.
Because you ain't about to catch me butty boy behavior. Not as crazy. But the point is, like, where would, like, my testosterone be if I wasn't exposed to none of that? Like, you look at guys that's even out here that's not exposed to a bunch of stuff like that. Who, like, they just out there, like, not in a village, not in, like, the, I'm about to say the shags, but, like, not out in a village. But I'm saying people who just not exposed to, like, that western side. Like, guys, like, way out in Meru. Guys way out in Nakuru. Man, they're not affected so much by, like, people like me and you. Everyday, same thing, that Western society, coming from Israel, all that stuff that you don't even know about. And I don't know. I think that if there's I was listening to this guy the other day. He was like, the war on masculinity started by convincing women that there should be a war, like that feminism is the way. Because this guy was saying, like, if it's about equality, why isn't it called like equalism or something like that? And I was like, interesting.
Right, because you're going to try to raise women up, but you want it to be equal. Right.
Feminist, like, and the reason he was saying that was he was saying that guys up until like the 1960s couldn't even vote.
You said guys?
Guys, men.
Vote for what?
Men, like, in terms of going to war, all that stuff. So up until, like, the Second World War, guys was just, like, people was like, men has been voting all the time and this and that. And guys was like, bro, what?
Wait, I'm so confused.
They always said, right, the thing about feminism, right, in the beginning was women had the right to vote. And guys like, hey, you vote, go to war too. You feel me? Like, that's, if you want equality, you can't put the line. Yeah, no, fam. You want equality. But that's not my idea of it. But what they were saying was, guys was telling women like, oh yeah, y'all deserve the right to vote. And guys is like, fam, we don't even have the right to vote. So basically, people got the right to vote basically at the same time, but they were convincing women like, yeah, men are the reason that you're oppressed, and it's men who vote to have all this bad stuff happen to you. And when they say men, they're not talking about the 20%. They generalizing it when they talking about the 20%, but they talking about from the 20% guy, the 1% guy, down to the plumber. And they talking about, and my thing is like, what plumber have you seen wake up, Brady, thinking, how am I going to oppress women today? Man, them got a job. Brady, what Ash plumber you know is waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning talking about how I'm going to oppress women today?
I honestly think that the real problem is like a lot of women that say all of that, they try to get these high class men that they can't keep up with. I think that's probably most of the problem is so they don't treat them wada because it's like, who are you? Like, and then the way they probably carry themselves is like, well, like, in a real snobbish way. So it's like, maybe I won't treat. Why would I treat you like a queen if you don't act like a queen?
Facts.
Because that's a big thing too. A lot of women think that they deserve something where you don't act like it.
Yeah.
You can't call a princess if she's not doing her duties.
Hey, shush.
I'm just saying. Hey.
No, but still, I think back to the whole masculinity thing. I do think that there are traits of being masculine. They have this trait, toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, Brady. If you look at all the traits in toxic masculinity, none of them are actually masculine traits.
They're feminine because
no, not even feminine. They're just toxic traits. That's what it is. They taking toxic traits and just like sticking it to men. But it's like, it's toxic if you do it. It's toxic if I do it. So it's not toxic and masculinity. It's just toxic behavior. Like being indecisive, being manipulative, being lying, cheating, and this and that. All the toxic masculine behaviors that they talk about. Those are just toxic behaviors.
Those are attributes.
Being masculine is being decisive. Being masculine is being understanding, being truthful, being honest, being forgiving, being stoic, saying what you mean, meaning what you say. Your word is your bond. That's being masculine.
Right.
Taking care of your family, dealing with the craziness of the world, and coming back home to reach your daughter a book about princesses.
Right.
That's being masculine.
Yes.
But when you say masculinity, toxic masculinity, and then you talk about men that are lazy, men that don't do nothing,
those
men that
people
aren't on
who
their
you
purpose.
choose.
And then here's my question also. It's like, if y'all so against toxic behavior, why is that the only thing you attract?
Right.
And the famous saying goes, you attract what you are.
Right. So is that what you're saying?
But the thing about it is, no one's looking like at themselves, you know?
They never do.
Like this guy, I think this guy was saying, he was like, be the person you'd want to date.
Right. That's why a lot of times, like when people have kids, they will be like, would you want your daughter to like date a guy like you, or like you like look at the woman, would you want your son to date a girl like you? Like that's a really important question that you should ask yourself.
Because the answer is no. You got some work to do, man.
If you have somebody have to ask you that, it's basically no. I'm just saying.
But Brady, I have a question.
Yes.
What are key feminine attributes that you live by?
Well, being a nurturer, really, I think that just comes natural for me personally. I'm a soft person, I would say. I'm not really aggressive. Like, I'm really not. I have intuition. I think that's one of the top 3. Nurture, soft, and intuition. Because those are like my strong things. Like, that's stuff I'm really strong at. What about you? Oh,
I have
what
a
you
follow-up
saying?
question.
Okay.
Do you feel like those attributes have led you to become a better woman?
I mean, yeah, it has. It taught me so much, and like everything that I do every single day is like like really like checking off those 3 things like literally every day, every morning,
You're
every.
saying like. You like you know like I'm just like
The thing is, those 3 things I really do every day. Being a teacher, I'm nurturing all the time.
Okay, I'll ask the question now. So you asking what masculine traits do I live by?
Yeah.
I think being focused, hardworking, and focused, hardworking.
Don't be on your land.
No, I'm saying because I know what I have to work on. So I ain't trying to, gas myself up and be completely wrong.
Protect.
Yeah, protect. Yeah, actually, yeah, protect. Strong, protect. I've been working on. I want to ask you this. I'm gonna ask you after. But something I've been working like a masculine trait I've been working on is being controlled and trying to be stoic. I keep messing with Elon. She swear I'm not gonna be stoic, bro.
Say you talk too much.
Give me a year. I'm gonna be stoic, bro.
Give me a year.
I'm trying, my guy.
This video is Instagram. Give me a year.
Give me a year. Pretty, give me a year, and you're gonna be like, wow.
Who is the babe?
He's so stoic. Like, Brady,
Nah, he's so
when someone
stoic.
says I'm so stoic, that's how I know I made it.
You know.
It can be a stranger I've never met in my life. Either, you look so stoic. I'm calling him out on the spot. Beat. Yo, your boy is stoic. Hang up right there.
He's so dumb. I actually never heard that term of like
stoicism?
with masculine and like anything that has to do with masculine. I've never like heard of like men being stoic as like an attribute that men should have, or I mean like most alpha men.
No, because like,
alpha men, I would say.
I think stoicism is one of those things. Like when you read about it, and the more you get to learn it, you get to know about it. I don't know. For me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. It makes me want to be that. I want to be the person who can stay calm in a harsh situation and think my way through it.
That's actually something that a woman should have too. But I'm not saying stoicism exactly, but I'm saying calmness. Calmness should be an attribute as well.
No, but attributes of stoicism is good. Like this guy, Marcus Aurelius, he talks about stoicism is the neglection of things that aren't meaningful. Like if it isn't meaningful,
if it doesn't serve me
the
purpose,
rejection
why should I give it
of
attention?
shallow pleasure. The rejection of just at futile pleasure. You know, I'm not saying being pleasure is bad. I'm just saying if that's the source of your happiness, that's bad. And it's interesting because I feel like, oh wow, I can do that. And I feel like in a way, I'm a little bit stoic. There's just certain attributes of stoicism that I'm working on. That's all. So what attributes of femininity are you working on?
Well, let me look at all of them. See what I don't. Let me see what I don't have. Confidence is key, my boy.
Fat, bro.
Well, I would say receiving, like, because I don't know. I'm a type of person where I have to work for it. I have to work for it before I receive anything. And I am so not like an open person. I would like you just give it to me and I would just be happy to get it. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, if it's a gift, it's a gift. But like, I just always feel like I have to work for whatever I'm getting. And I think that's something kind of bad because it's like I deserve it for the most part. And like, I don't think I should do myself like that. Like, I know it in my brain, but then another side of me like, girl, you ain't work for it.
I mean, that's true. When something good happens to me, I try to think like, what? Like, people who do nice stuff for me, I'd sit there, they think I'm being a douche. But I'm really like, why? Like, you gave me a present, why? It's your birthday. No. Why? And then like, when they tell me why, then I believe them. But before, I'm real, like, sketchy about it. I'm just like, something's off, or your intentions.
Even me, like,
bro, I have problems.
Receiving help is like so. It's deep for me. Like, I'd rather just do it myself, like, because I've learned to not depend on people a lot, and so like I'd rather just like work for it to get what I want. But I think that's a really like bad trait that I really need to work on, and I need to continue to work on it because I don't feel like I should put myself down because I know that I've worked hard to get anything that I work hard to get blessed. I would say
Facts.
to get blessed and like get gifts and stuff from different places. You never know.
I understand. So, do you think there are any good aspects of modern feminism?
Like you talking about feminism, like the thing.
Yeah, the feminism thing today.
No.
Really, there's no good attributes.
I don't like that. I don't like when people feel like that they can rule the world just because you're like that's too much. First of all, people do the absolute most. Feminists do the most. I be like, I don't need no man, because that's the whole feminist thing is really. I don't need no man. But from what I've heard, like somebody told me that there is different types of feminists. That's too much.
There's like different waves also. They had like first wave. Somebody said we on like the fifth wave. No, somebody said we on the first wave going into the fifth wave. But guess what the fifth wave is?
What?
Realizing we need men. I'm like, give me a break.
See, all that is a bunch of crap.
Like,
I'm just gonna be real. Honestly, if we could go back to the old ways,
bro.
If we could go back to the old ways where the world didn't need women to go out and work, I would be in the kitchen. I have you hot meals on the table when you come home. For real, like
work is relative.
Yeah.
Let's ready. Let me give a good scenario. Right? Here's a scenario. I go out. I'm in a relationship. Right? This is back in the day. I don't know what day. A day. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning ready. I wake up. You wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning too. Because guess what? While I'm getting dressed, you go into the kitchen. You making me some kind of breakfast. Whether it's a little fruit salad with some juice, freshly squeezed oranges, whatever. Here's the thing. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I have to get out. I have to get out, go to work. Right? I mean, like, let's say 5 o'clock. That's quote unquote work. The opposite end of that is you still have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You still have to make the breakfast and do this. You gotta make sure the house is clean. You gotta make sure that the kids is fed and this and that and this and that. So like your workload isn't much different from mine. It's just where I'm going to do the work.
Right.
Because working from home and working from the office, you still doing work, my guy.
Dude, I remember Ima was telling us, she was like, women would want to leave the house to go to work, right? Or they would want to leave the house to pursue a career. But to be honest, when you have kids, you have like 5 different types of careers and different how would you say like titles, I would say, because you the doctor, you the friend, you the what else? You
the mentor.
You the mentor. You the teacher.
You the provider. You the teacher.
You literally everything up in there. You the cook, the chef, the baker,
But I think more important than that, and something I learned from Ima, was like being a mother. I think is one of the coolest things.
It is
because, and in my opinion, it is because it's the perfect investment, right? And this something Ima told me. She was like, "Dude, I put 20 years into you 5 times." Most people have one career, Brady. They get one pension, they get one this, and that's not even guaranteed.
Right.
You play your cards right with your kids. You raise your kids right. You raise them well.
You end up in somewhere on your own land,
Fam,
your own house.
You never have to stress about a thing again in your life because your kids love and adore you.
Right.
You've gotten to see from an idea, from just a little baby to an infant, and then to a little grown adult, to a full-grown man, a full-grown woman, somebody who was playing with them little doctor things when they was 7 years old, to now they're a neurosurgeon.
Or now they own a hospital. Yeah.
And now you have grandchildren and stuff like that. But if you look at it, and that's the thing, I realized that the modern way of looking at things is so selfish. It's like, I'm taking my time. It's my life. It's my job. It's just mine. But you never seem to ever give.
Right.
And it's so interesting because that's such the opposite of feminine energy. Because feminine energy innately is to nurture. Innately is to give. Innately is to see one thing go from, Ima, I want to do this, to We gonna make everything happen. Let me go talk to your Abba, cause we gonna make this happen.
So I did it, y'all. I did it.
You went from I want to play guitar. Now you own an orchestra. Now you the biggest guitar artist, whatever. Mm-hmm. But that's the nurturing mother, because just like the person can go, I want to do a guitar, I want to do up guitar, and your Ima go do it. She can also be the person who goes, you'll never be anything in your life.
Right.
And that's a huge responsibility to let somebody else. And there's also the selflessness about it is you have to be happy and allow that person to become something you never will be.
Right. And
that's something, I think that's something that's so innately good about a good mother is I've done everything to equip myself for this moment, for having children, for being married and having children. And now for the rest of the next 20 years of your life, I'll do everything to make sure that you become everything you want to be, even if it's not me. Even if I'm a basketball player, I didn't go that far. I'm going to make sure when my son says, hey, Dad, I want to play basketball.
Put him in Little League.
You be in everything you want to be. And if you surpass everything I became, I'm happy for you.
You proud.
I'm proud of you.
You might say being a mother is all about selflessness and, and really just making sacrifices.
But that's life.
That is.
That's life. But people
selfish.
People want to live. But you ever have met people who go, man, back when I was, back in the day. It's like you living in such a time where you have these 40-year-old women in clubs in short dresses on a Friday night. Bro, go to sleep, my guy.
Go watch your kids.
Man, go watch your kids.
Go to sleep. Go watch Netflix and chill with your man. What you mean?
But here's the thing, though, Brady. I don't know. I think it's so weird that they've convinced women that's what freedom is. And that's what really hurts. It's because in the next 20 years, the chicks that's my age and that's your age, they've bought into the whole feminism thing. They've bought into it. Don't need a man. I can do it myself. I'm just like, I've never seen somebody so happy in $1 million house by themselves.
Right, true.
Because here's the thing, though, and that's saying you made it. That's saying that you become that 1%. Because people talk about that. Oh, I can live with myself. Oh, I can do it myself. I'm like, you don't know how hard it is.
Who want to do that?
Because you think it's hard for guys.
Right.
It's hard for guys to wake up at these crazy hours. It's hard for guys to pull 80-hour work weeks. Bro, it's hard. It's not that exciting as people think.
Who want to do that?
If you to be a woman, if you to go against your biology, just to do that and the thing about it is, they've gotten sad people to convince other people you should be sad with me. It's the craziest thing.
No, what they got is people who, like Beyonce, right? Beyonce, this girl, multi-millionaire, billionaire, if you say. She got her man.
She got her man.
Her man cheated on her 1,000 times. But guess what?
She's single on single ladies. Girl.
I'm a single lady.
Going back to your kids and your husband.
Like, but I think she was like the first pop star or whatever that came up with the whole feminist thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny that all the high-end people, they over there talking about I'm a feminist, but next thing you know, they posting on Instagram with their husband.
Yeah. Oh, Rihanna.
And then all these single people.
Rihanna, Cardi B.
All these single people, like, what's funny to me is, like, the single people be over there,
Yeah, they don't see it.
Like, you don't see that she got a whole man. She could say whatever she want to say for the internet.
She's also rich.
Right.
So she really can, like, if she wanted to. If that's what she really wanted, she can do it.
She could say literally whatever she want to say, and your single self over there listening to her don't have no man.
Telling your man.
That's so crazy to me.
But telling the one good thing that comes into your life, I don't need you. Like, you know, somebody told me that already. I've had that happen to me. It's one of the weirdest feelings, and also one of the weirdest things to hear. Somebody tell you, I like you so much, but I don't need you. It's like...
That's so funny to me.
It's a bit oxymoronic.
Like, you on dumb roads.
Like, bro, first thing. You're a human being, fam. You're a social creature. Human beings are known to die alone. I mean, die way quicker when they're alone.
Yeah, and plus it's not healthy. I don't feel like we as human beings were meant to be alone. Like, I don't feel like
I was watching this documentary about, like, during COVID and stuff. And this doctor was saying, He was like, the worst thing that he's ever seen, despite people dying, is all the people in the hospitals dying alone.
Right, that's so sad.
It was this wave of, we don't need people, we don't need men, and then all this stuff. And I'm like, that's so tough.
And people got depression caused your body to shut down a bit.
Bro, but even in masculinity, I think telling men you don't need to work out, you don't need to strive for the best. Like, but this guy was talking about how you striving for the best is perpetuating the oppression of women. And I'm like, you telling 18-year-old boys that, young men that, the guy who wants to be the best football player, the guy who wants to be the best lawyer, the guy who wants to be the best this, you telling him wanting to be the best is just him propelling. And you telling, like, guys with sisters, you telling me that me wanting to be the best is the reason that you aren't what you are. It takes the responsibility off you, because you can just go, oh wow, I did bare minimum, but it's not me, it's Yatsiliel who oppressed me, because he's taking the spotlight from me.
That's so stupid.
I think it's so sad when you tell young men you don't need to work out.
Right.
Because a strong body equals a strong mind. And a strong mind... The thing about successful people, Brady, it's the most interesting thing. Like, I say most successful people, they tell you, like, there's, like, 3 essential things. Educate yourself, right? Learn, like, a martial art or whatever, and work out. Here's the thing. The formula to being great is discipline. Martial arts, discipline. Working out, discipline. Educating yourself, discipline. If you can control those 3 things, be disciplined about it, be consistent about it, there isn't an avenue of life. There isn't a direction in your career that you can go that you can't overcome. And I think trying to force people to be weak, to be docile, to be, oh no, it's okay. No, you, like Jordan Peterson said, you should be a monster. You should be ruthless. But you should learn how to control it. That's what it is. People, a group of people, because my thing is, I think the reason people don't like me and my boys a lot also was because we was together. We was strong. You couldn't separate us. We was all working out. We was all in some form, fashion, educating ourselves. We was in some way doing something competitive, doing this. So it was all, basically, if you had a community of men, like, I'm not saying we perfect. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the attributes about us that are good, if you took those aspects and you stretched them across every man in the community, what would we be like today? Where every man was striving for the best.
Right.
Where every man was in some way honest. And like I said, I'm not saying we perfect. Because we all got stuff to work on. Like I just said, I'm trying to learn how to be more controlled and, that aspect of myself. But the masculine, like, teaching men what it's like to be men and having men around. That's the thing. I love Ima to death, but she knew that she needed me to be around men in order for me to become the man I am today. I was always with Doyo Hanathan. I was always with Doyo Linathan. I was always doing something. I was never just in a house with y'all. I was never with y'all that much.
Yeah.
And Ima understood that even though Abba wasn't around like that, she still needed in some way to find a way for me to be around men, or something bad was going to be happening to me.
No, you can't be around men. Cannot, or little boys in general, males in general, cannot be surrounded all the time with feminine energy because they're just going to catch on. It's going to catch on, and then you're going to find yourself walking the heels. Oh my God, who is that?
What happened to him? He hung out with his sisters all day. He had no male friends.
But it don't work like that.
The same thing with women. Like, you have to let women be, like, something used to always say, let men be men.
Yeah.
Like, just let guys be guys. Like, you might think Top Gun Maverick is stupid, but every guy was like, yo, that movie's lit. Because it's a guy's movie.
I didn't even watch that. I should watch that. But that's the thing already. It's a guy movie. Like, when you watch it, you just think like, oh, wow, that's the boys. I think because I hung around a lot of boys growing up, my brain is a little into the action life.
Nah, fact, bro, Bro, you different, bro. I swear you different.
Nah, like, for real, I wasn't a really tomboy growing up, but I was just around a lot of...
You and his love for John Wick is crazy.
John Wick. John Wick, no, but I love action movies.
Bro.
I think it's just because I hung around y'all a lot growing
There's nothing
up.
wrong with that. Because, like, it's really cool when you have a woman who can understand the masculine. Like, when you can understand the masculinity, then it's good.
And you
like,
feel like...
Exactly. I don't have to explain why I feel like this. Because you just get it.
Right.
You're not trying to be that, but you at least understand it. Same thing with guys. Like, a lot of guys are like, women are so confusing. I'm like, you just don't understand.
And it's okay sometimes not to understand if you don't... If me being honest, you gotta learn how to do with your girl.
You gotta live and learn. And
okay.
Women are different. You know, that's good. Like, when people be like, oh no, I need to find the opposite. Nah, my guy. Opposites are crazy. Like I was telling Salah, like, you like going out. Finding somebody who just want to be in the house is not the funnest experience.
It's not. Like, when people think that, okay, so you like going out and I don't. So you gonna inspire me.
Yeah, balance me out.
I think that's kind of cap, to be honest.
Balance. Here's the thing though. I'm not looking for somebody to balance me out. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for somebody to just, I don't know. They're already balanced. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not trying to fix you.
Right.
You already focus on making yourself better. I'm making myself better, and we just connect.
Right. You just vibe.
But the extra energy of trying to convince you to stay in the house because you want to go out with your friends, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to say, you go out, when you get back, I'm not going to be here. It's that simple. No, I'm serious. Because, like, if you can't convince yourself, fam, I'm not about to spend the time trying to do it. I have too much stuff to do.
That's a lot.
And I think something I said in a previous episode, was like, when you have a woman who understands you, like, who understands,
respect you.
Because, like, even like I said, different guys take on different attributes of masculinity. Mm-hmm. You know, not every guy is rugged, not every guy is harsh and stuff like that. Like, some guys are just chill. Like, take guys like, there's a difference between Gadiliel and Do Ami. Mm-hmm. Two different guys, both masculine men, but different guys. Mm-hmm. But they found women who can contribute, who can
contrast,
who can contrast and connect to that type of masculinity. Mm-hmm. A woman who understands, oh wow, you shouldn't be at home, chill out,
and you be home with them.
And you be home and chill out, you know, because like that's something. Those things that connect. Those pieces of the puzzle that connect. Mm-hmm. And the pieces that connect that they also like is when it's time to do something, you're willing to do it. Mm-hmm. When it's time to go out, you want to go out.
Right.
But you're not always like a party animal, and that's good.
Right.
And the same thing about women is, like, let's take Salah for example, right? Salah is real demanding. You can't be a very soft-spoken kind of guy and deal with Salah. She'd run you over.
Like a truck.
Exactly. But the kind of guy that would contrast and fit that piece into her puzzle like that would be a guy that's like military. The guy who's like, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, let's go. And she gonna be like, okay. And she gonna be like, okay, and go. And she was just so excited.
Okay.
But you see, like, it contrasts. Because she's also the kind of person who go the extra mile when you're hungry. The extra mile when you need something. The extra mile. Because that's the kind of person she is. She goes all the way. She likes to express herself in so many different ways. And finding a guy that appreciates that. And when it's time for him to invoke his masculinity, it fits right into what she needs in her life. Right. Someone who says, we're not going out tonight, we staying home watching a movie. You know, she be like, what movie? That's what she gonna say. What movie? What we watching? Yeah. I'm gonna make the popcorn. What you want? How you want it? Sweet, salty, caramel, what?
Right.
She don't, bro. But you see how, like, you need someone to balance you out. The yin, the yang,
who compliments
whatever.
you.
It's like someone who compliments you.
It's like, you know how you have vanilla ice cream and then you put some chocolate on top? You gotta have it, like,
you thought it could never get better until it did.
Right.
And you're like, wow.
No, yeah, so we eat ice cream and then you eat some of my granola on top.
She said promotions.
Yes, baby. Yes, sir.
Promotions. No, fat, bro. I just had some of your ice cream. I just had some of your granola with some ice cream that day.
I was thinking about that.
Oh, bro, that was so good. Oh, my gosh.
Anyways.
I think it's really cool, like, that how different aspects of feminine energy, like, the things that you, like, the aspects of femininity that you've attracted, you've picked up. And somewhere there's some guy out there who value that and who also has that direct contrast of masculinity that you need in your life.
Yeah.
Like, you need somebody that's like spiritual, you know? Like, take for instance, if I wasn't your brother, you'd never date me.
Right.
Because like I'm too hardworking. You gonna be like, bro, calm down, my guy. Let's go write a book. I'm gonna be like, bro, I can't do that. Like you need somebody that's who wanna wake up with you and stretch and pray and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I'm against that. I'm just saying like those aren't the things that I put at the top of my priority list. And although it like in some way I should, it just isn't there yet. And you need somebody that's already there.
Yeah.
And that's good. Like that's okay. Cause there's guys out there that's like really interested in stuff like that.
Yeah, I just need somebody who's like who's open minded. I would say we're open minded. I ain't tied down to nobody.
No, I'm not tied.
I'm not. I'm really not because everybody got their own story. I can't be. I don't like when people force their stuff on you. Like that's so.
I do. I was telling my friend this the other day. I was like, people are like so interesting to me because like from 0 to 7, it basically predicts how you'll view some things. Even from like let's say 0, I say to 12, right? I'm gonna say 0 to 12. From 0 to 12, after 12 years old, different scenarios that I've gone through and you've gone through the same scenario, based on your how do you call it? Upbringing. You'll view it so differently.
I do. I see it now.
There's people who, like, let me give you an example. You and me basically had the same childhood, but you've taken such a different outlook on it than me.
Yeah.
Like, you're more like, I want to find wholeness. I'm like, I want to find the best. And that's interesting because we had that same childhood, basically. We was raised by the same person at the same time, within the same years or whatever. So it's not like you born in one generation, I'm born in another, and that, you know, that environment changed. We grew up in the same houses, but our experiences in some aspects were different. You know, when I started going out more, meeting new people and different things like that, and girlfriends and stuff like that, it changed my outlook on so many other things. And even your experiences of going out and meeting people has changed your outlook on the same situations and giving you a different path to take.
Yeah.
And when you meet so many people in the world, there's basically like a limitless amount of people you can meet because you'll never meet all 8 billion people. It's almost like everyone's an individual story.
Right.
And how they go about expressing it or showing it is so different. It's almost like a movie. Like every person's like their individual movie.
That's true.
And if you just sit down, shut up, and watch, it's quite interesting because people will tell you.
No, for real. That's wild, though.
What's this quote?
So the quote that I have about masculine and feminine energy is, I gotta say it right, y'all. I think of masculine and feminine energy like two sides to a battery. What? There's a plus side and a minus side. And in order to make something turn on, you need to have opposites touching. It's the same in relationships. That's true. I like that.
That is true.
You need both positive and negative to connect to make it turn on. That's really nice.
But you need, I don't know. I think telling people they don't need men is crazy. I don't know what would you get. It
don't make sense. Like, even if you think about it in a logical, like, it just don't make sense. From no perspective, it makes sense.
From a spiritual perspective, you need somebody who's willing to do and to make harsh decisions. 9 times out of 10, that's men.
Right, because I know I can't.
You need someone who, when you say, we need to move, he needs to pick up the refrigerator, he needs to go do this, he needs to do
girl
this,
ain't about to do that.
You need somebody that's willing to walk all these daggone miles to pick stuff up. You need somebody that's you in a farm, you need somebody to plow the field and do all this stuff. Like, yeah, you can do it, but then who's going to do what you need to do?
Right.
You want to do a 2-person job because you, Mrs. I don't need a man.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I'd be the first person to admit, I need women in my life. But also, it's not only I want women. Right. Bro, there's something, people make fun of this, but there's something about having beautiful women around you.
Right.
People say it keeps you young, but I think that's just the Baba's talking.
But, you know what's funny though?
But you find like guys, out there, like guys who have the kind of resources to have any women they want, they go for younger women. It's because like it is an energy about it. Mm-hmm. It's an energy about life is fresh, life is good. When you old, I mean, I'm not saying nothing about old people. I'm saying you've experienced and you've seen the harshness of life, and it's not really that exciting to you no more.
Yeah.
In order to stay young, you have to keep fresh ideas around you, fresh people, fresh experiences.
You know what's funny? I was listening to a podcast. And they were saying, like, it was like this rich billionaire guy. Mm-hmm. I think it was Andrew Tate. Anyway, shout out to...
I think it was Andrew Tate.
Shout out to Top G. My boy is free.
My boy free. Yo,
anyways, I think he was saying, and then one of these girls in a podcast was saying, she was like, well, would you date me? He was like, no, because the only reason why I would date was like out of love. And I was actually kind of surprised because like guys in such high standard and high places like that, you really wouldn't, at least I wouldn't have thought that he would say love out of everything. But I was just like, wow. People need people, like, for real. Like, you need someone in your life. You need a partner. Like, we are, as humans, are not meant to be alone.
But you need people, my guy.
And just like that.
Ooh.
And just like that. Tap in, sorry. Tap that like button.
Firstly, my heart just dropped. You are just like that. I'm like what?
Tap that like button, comment, subscribe. Tune into all of our platforms. Tune into all of our platforms because we're just those guys. Do y'all hear me?
We're just those guys.
Okay, we gonna make y'all day better. Okay, just our voice. Our voice just raise y'all high vibration.
It brings your vibration.
And open up your chakras.
Bro, this is meditative.
Right. Is that even a word?
Pray? Listen to us.
Don't forget to pray.
Anyway, y'all, this is Solution Speak Podcast. I'm assuming this is episode 15. I'm gonna say, like, listen, 15 episodes in?
Yo.
15 episodes? Brady, we're those guys.
Period.
Bro, I'm him.
Nikuda.
Brady, you're her.
Right.
Who's that girl?
hey, me.
Y'all. We're gonna let y'all go with our signature song. Brady, run it.
It's real, we go hard. It's real, we go hard.
Yeah.
You can do your own thing, but you can't go hard. It's us. It's real, we go hard. It's real, we go hard. It's real, we go.